everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am spending some time getting my cold damaged cool season planters cleaned up. Now they were doing really great until last week when we got to 20 degrees. And quite a few of the plants have just sort of gotten mushy, and it's time to just clean these up and get them replanted for the spring season with some new things that will create beauty and bounty. Because of course, these are foodscape containers, which means I mix flowers and food together. Well, this is probably the ugliest of the winter containers here out front. I am just gonna go ahead and clip this sort of burnt down mustard, and actually think without it in here, I almost don't even need to replace it, because this Snowy Bell strawberry, my favorite strawberry of all time, will have more space to be able to spread, and really that's the priority in this pot. This has been planted for almost a year now, and hands down, most impressive strawberry I've ever grown, and it's been hard to track down. I haven't been able to find it from any online sources, but I'm hoping that it will suddenly appear at garden centers this year, because I want to have it planted everywhere. I want to grow it in the ground. I want to have it in hanging baskets. Snowy Bell from Bushel and Berry, really incredible plant. You can see it hasn't shown any winter damage at all, versus these mustards that just kind of got wilty and gross. So this pot I'm just gonna leave now as is, just sort of trim that one snapdragon and call this one good. So here in this pot, I love seeing these flowers from my view from the couch. But when you look at the pot itself, it's really kind of messy. And in fact, this mustard over here is pretty well dead. Just gonna cut it out. I encourage these violas to actually be the trailer or the spiller in the container. And there is one leaf of our cardoon left in here. Hopefully that'll grow out. The cardoons are definitely hit or miss in zone 7 through the winter season. And though I like to leave the mustard for pollinators, I'm actually going to cut them out of this pot. Now you'll notice I'm not pulling the roots out. And in part, that's because they might grow back, and that would be awesome. But even if they don't grow back, that organic matter will just break down. Their root system will just break down, and I don't really have to add so much soil every season. Now I do have some extra space in here, and I thought it would be kind of nice just to pop in a couple of broccoli plants, so that this would actually be a container that would offer some reasonable harvests. So the process for planting broccoli is really easy. These are just seedlings that I started about 5 weeks ago. They've only been outside, so they're totally acclimated. And I'm just gonna gently pop them out of their cell packs and get them put in place. Great thing with containers is, you know, they're already on your watering schedule, and you'll really notice when your broccolis are ready to be harvested. And they'll fill in these pots pretty perfectly, and basically they'll be the filler. And I guess I'm counting my snapdragon and potentially the cardoon to be the thriller. And then, of course, like I said, these violas to be the spiller. So that's kind of perfect. 3 broccolis added, and there actually is some parsley in these containers, so that'll be nice to be able to start harvesting from, as well as all of this stuff starts to really bulk up with the longer days and the warmer temperatures. So this container looks pretty good, other than one less than ideal cardoon leaf. And I do have this open space here, and that's from a mustard that died completely when we got really cold in January. So I'm just gonna fill this spot up with some more broccoli because that's what I have growing right now. I could also have like direct seeded Swiss chard, but I've already used all that seed. So I'll just go ahead and use these transplants to fill in this gap. And this is really enough room for probably not all 4, so I think I'll do 3 in here. It's okay if you have your broccoli planted a little bit tight. You know, I find that plants are actually a lot more capable than we give them credit for. They'll be able to fight it out, and inevitably they will still produce delicious heads that will be harvested and enjoyed inside. Tucked in. And now, just to make it look a little less kind of off balance, let's see how the pot looks if I just turn it a little. Sometimes that's all it takes to make a pot that had a slightly rough winter kind of reimagined. Get this kind of be more the back area. Get these violas trained to kind of fill throughout. And now it doesn't look so empty. So this pot here really just needs to have some trimming done on the snapdragons and the cardoon. And I've been debating on whether I should take the whole leaf off of the cardoon or just cut the damaged section. I'm opting to cut the whole leaf back. That way it gives these other plants a little more space to be able to grow out. Now, when I planted these, I put in these glass balls just to fill in some of the open spaces. But as the planters fill out, I can take the glass balls out, and that'll allow the plants to have the room that they need to be able to grow to their fullest through the springtime. Well, I hope you'll be inspired to spruce up your winter interest containers or even plant some fresh containers with cool season vegetables and flowers to make the most of the spring season. If you found this video to be helpful, please give me a thumbs up, be sure to share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Bree the Plant Lady YouTube channel for more practical gardening advice. As always, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy gardening!